Welcome back to Sport Lab, where we break down the biggest matches in world football. And tonight, it's West Ham stealing the show at Old Trafford, their first Premier League win since February, and a historic double over Manchester United for the first time since 2007.
Frustrated, especially with the lack of cutting edge at times, because you did create a lot of chances, good chances.
Yeah, we have that problem, but if you look at the goals that we suffer, we can avoid that goals. The lack of energy, the lack of urgency in these moments, like we cannot lose games. This feeling, we don't have it anymore. And that is the most dangerous thing in our club, is that we are not feeling that. We have the game, you can feel it in the beginning of the game. We have the game. We are near, we are in control. And then near our box and the opponent's box, there is no lack of urgency. So that is a really concern for our club.
When you're not fighting for anything in the Premier League anymore, is it almost inevitable, this lack of urgency?
That is something that we need to change in our club. That is so much different that we were supposed to do in the big club. So we are forgetting completely. I'm the responsible for that, but it's really frustrating because we are so near the goals. We have the ball inside the small box, and we suffer goals with the lack of urgency to protect our goal, and this is week by week. And then we change some. We don't play quite well in Europa League, but we have a different sense of urgency. And when we have to kill, we kill, because it's everything in our mind. So it's a big concern in our club in the moment.
This lack of urgency, it's not something that is new. It's been discussed for years now. How difficult is it to change this level of detail that is so key in the level of performances you want?
It's something that we need to work in. It's outside also, inside the pitch, outside the pitch. If we are not able to do, we have to go away and give the space to different people, all of us. So we'll see.
Bruno, a disappointing result. What did you make of it?
Obviously, very disappointing result at home. We wanted to win the game after the last game in the Europa League. Obviously, we were very confident. I think we create enough of opportunities to score goals and to be in front in the result. Then, when you don't score, you end up conceding in a moment where we are in full control of the game. But it's been happening a lot in this season for us, that we're in control of games and all of a sudden you can't score, and then you concede a goal from a little bit of a scramble in the box, but we know that we need to improve a lot in the Premier League. That we need to be much more aggressive, get much more into their box, be more dangerous, be more effective.
It created the opportunities. There were plenty of opportunities that you made. It's just taking those opportunities, isn't it?
Yeah, basically that. We did create a lot of chances, but we can't finish them today. And obviously, if we put one or two in the back of the net, then the game could change completely. And then obviously at the end, you end up a little bit on the game where they got a lot of counters, but you still got more chances, and you couldn't be effective enough.
It's difficult, I guess, too, because changes are made, 6 changes in the squad, and everybody's just balancing their workload at the moment as we get towards the end of the season, and that makes a difference too.
No, it can make difference, because everyone is being training very hard, very well. So everyone is prepared to play at any moment. So I don't think that's the point, because I think all the team is prepared for that. And as I said, every chance and every opportunity is a chance to get into the next 11 and the next 11 and the next 11. So you have to get your chance, you have to get your opportunity, and it doesn't matter if you've been playing less or more. If you get your chance, if you do things rightly, then you're gonna end up playing.
Just finally, trip to Chelsea on Friday. Now's an opportunity to recover ahead of that one.
Yeah, of course, we have some days to recover, to prepare well that game. We know it's going to be a very tough game. Chelsea is fighting for a spot in the Champions League, but we want to finish the season in the best way as possible. So we need to go to Stamford Bridge and do that to get the result there.
Bruno, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it was always going to be difficult coming here, and that was one thing I think I said before the game in the huddle. They're going to be on a high. They've just got to a European final here on Thursday night, so it's down to us to try and control that, and we do that without the ball and we do that with the ball, and I thought we've done that through the game really well.
Yeah, what was important in this game management, especially when you didn't have the ball, because they created quite a few chances, but you didn't panic at any point?
Yeah, no, I think it's enjoying the role of defending and keeping the ball at the back of our net. That was a clean sheet away from home, which we haven't had for a while now. And we got 2 really good goals from it as well. So I think out of possession, we knew we had to be strong, patient, frustrate them at times, and then with the ball, we knew we had to keep it at times and then attack when we needed to. And I thought got the balance of without the ball and with the ball really well today.
Yeah, was it about concentration as well, especially forcing them into mistakes? And with your goal, for example, how Kudus forced them Ugarte into a mistake, and you guys were just there ready to take that chance?
Yeah, Mo's brilliant at that. His work without the ball is, second to none, and it's a real trait of his game. And involved in the first goal, involved in that goal as well. So he's been brilliant, and he forced the mistake, and it falls to Az, and Az to have the awareness to put it across the box, and then it was down to me to finish it. So yeah, it was a real well executed goal.
And this week, the club announced that 4 players are not having their contracts extended, and fans are talking about changes for the next season. But performances like this, do they show that there is a foundation being based for next season as well?
Yeah, and I mean the players that are leaving are such big characters for this club. They've been here longer than I have, and you see the performance we all put in today. You see the reaction they got from the fans at the end there, which was really special. It's always a difficult time at the end of the season, but I think one thing is we knew we had 3 games left before this to really finish the season on a high. You never want to finish a season that's been a disappointing season with a what if, and when you've got 6 weeks off, you always want to finish the season on a high. So today's the first game of 3 that we're doing that, and now one more home game against Nottingham Forest, and then the same mentality to go to Ipswich and, like I said, finish on a high.
We have to assess Lenny in a better way tomorrow. We felt something, but I think it could be a small thing.
Your overall performance today?
I think it's quite similar some games that we had here against Wolves was a little bit the same. We create more chances than the opponent, but the lack of urgency to protect our goal in the few times that West Ham was near our box, we had a lack of urgency. We were near the box and we had lack of urgency, and we need to be more aggressive. If you cannot score in the first ball, the second ball, if we cross the ball, if we are aggressive, we can score. We had lack of pace. We have to do so much better, and for me the biggest concern is that feeling that is okay, and we cannot change our position so much, so it's okay, and that is the biggest problem in our club in this moment, because we are losing the feeling of we are a massive club and it is the end of the world to lose a game at home. So I think that is the biggest concern in our club.
Chris, you're in 16th place now. It makes it more likely that you could even finish 17th. As the manager of this football club, how do you feel when you look at that league table and see your team at 16th place?
I think I was supposed to feel a manager of Manchester United in that position, embarrassed, and it's hard to accept. And I think everybody has to think seriously about a lot of things here. So everybody is thinking about the final. The final is not the issue in this moment in our club. We have bigger things to think, and we have to change a lot of things in the end of the season.
Just to talk about what you thought about there, Ruben. On the second goal, Ugarte loses possession. Okay, not great, but that can happen. But his reaction, he just stays on his knees. There's no attempt to run back. How can you hope to be successful as a football team if you have players who think it's optional whether they run back or not?
I don't want to talk about specific players. It's a team thing. When it's a team thing, it's a manager thing. So we will try to address that. That is, it has to be with a lack of urgency to defend the box and to attack the box.
Just talking generally then, is there a culture issue still?
Yeah.
Among the players?
Yeah. I think it's not is a feeling. I will not talk about culture because we are talking about this in this moment, but it's a feeling that is the most dangerous feeling that we have in the big club.
So, Ruben, you've been here for quite a few months now. Are you shocked, surprised, saddened that the things you're talking about, like urgency, which seems to be quite fundamental to playing high-level football, you've not been able to drive that out of the team?
I think if you of course it's a different competition, but in Europa League we don't play quite well, but we have a little bit that urgency. We cannot lose the games. We have to win it. We managed to find a way to win the games. To take if Athletic Bilbao has a sent off, we take advantage of that. We are so focused, and you see these games in Premier League. Sometimes we are not focused, and we don't have that feeling that we need to win to go to the next stage like we have in Europa League. So it's something that is mentally in our team.
Looks like players are picking and choosing which games to play.
It's hard to explain that, and yeah, we need that feeling. I have that feeling that there is that lack of urgency in everything we do. So it's a big concern.
So, Ruben, 3 years ago, when the team finished 6th, fans were chanting, "You're not fit to wear the shirt of the players." Are you surprised by how supportive the fans have been and that they've not been booing or getting all the players back?
I think they are doing. It's hard to say something about our fans and everybody because there is no explanation, no matter what the context. And I'm talking here. I'm the biggest responsible for that. So we need to change a lot of things during the summer.
That feeling, Ruben, that you were saying that it's okay to lose, that those kind of players, it's obviously clear that you don't want that kind of attitude next season. Do those players, can it not be coached into them? Do they just have to be moved on, or is it a mixture of...
First half, West Ham strike first. Both teams started brightly, but the deadlock was broken in the 26th minute. Mohamed Kudus, West Ham's live wire, drove into the final third and slipped a low ball into the box. Thomas Soucek timed his run perfectly and flicked it past Altay Bayindir. That's 9 goals this season for the Big Czech. West Ham took control from there, and while Kudus spurned a second, the signs of intent were clear. Second half, Bowen finishes it off. After the break, West Ham came flying out. Just 12 minutes into the second half, Jarrod Bowen doubled the lead. Aaron Wan-Bissaka gifted West Ham possession in the box, and Bowen coolly slotted home from close range. Old Trafford was stunned, and United, winless in their last 7 league games, looked short of ideas. United chances, Hojlund struggles again. Bruno Fernandes, Amad Diallo, and Alejandro Garnacho all had sights at goal, but none could convert. The biggest culprit, Rasmus Højlund. The Dane had chance after chance, dragging shots wide and failing to beat Alphonse Areola from close range. A frustrating afternoon summed up when Areola made a brilliant late save to deny the young striker at point-blank range. United in freefall. That's now 9 home defeats for Manchester United in the league, their worst return since 1962. And with just 2 games left, Ruben Amorim's side sits 16th, 1 point off the drop. Their focus now shifts to Chelsea midweek and a season-defining Europa League final against Spurs. Hammers back from the brink. As for West Ham, it's a huge result. Their first win at Old Trafford since 2007. Their first league double over United in 17 years. And more importantly, a vital 3 points that lifts them to 15th, above the Red Devils. Kudus was electric, Soucek clinical, Bowen composed, and Graham Potter finally gets some reward after weeks of frustration. So, is this the end of United's European hopes? Or is there one last twist in this chaotic season? And for West Ham, can they build on this late spark and finish strong? Like, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe to SportLab for more tactical breakdowns, analysis, and all the fallout from this rollercoaster Premier League campaign. Football, analysed. This is SportLab.